Hello. How is everybody? Funny folks. It's gonna make this a little bit more presentable.
Hey, and I laugh together.
Mm.
I feel short.
You feel short? Don't feel short.
I need a pillow.
Would you like a pillow?
No, I'm fine.
You sure? Okay. So there's a blanket right there.
I'm all right.
I feel like we're in a Google Meet class at the moment. Do you feel like we're in a Google Meet?
I do kind of feel like that.
I feel like we're in a Google Meet. All right. I also feel like I'm obliged, so I'm gonna go ahead and grab these glasses. Apparently, if I'm not right in front, I'm not. Apparently, these screens here. It's all this studio lighting we got.
Let me pull up our agenda. Hello. Looks like we have one person viewing live. Hola.
Hey. We're gonna get into this real quick. See if we can see who's in here. Da, da, da.
Oh, that's what you look at when you do. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, I see. All right, what time is it? 7:04?
It is.
Oh, we didn't hop on here till 7:03, maybe 04, the first second of 04.
Should I share the watch party thing? Or just keep it the way it is?
Oh, you can share it? Yeah, share it.
Oh,
Sorry, we down one phone at the moment.
Okay. So I go to our page, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, guys. We're just sharing. Because sharing is caring.
All right. The first was this. Welcome to the first Friday of February, y'all. February the 5th. Was it report card day for you? I thank you. Sound crew.
Raj, you ever watch Nailed It?
Yes.
What's his name?
Oh, what's his name?
Some with a W, right?
Wesley?
Yes, Wesley. Wes. Thank you, Wes.
We will be seeing Wes again to refill these beverages, by the way.
Absolutely. Okay, how do I share?
I see the account. Can you get me the daggone Samsung? We gotta share.
Oh, sure. There we go.
Look at us looking at ourselves.
Share to a group or can't just share it to my page?
You can. No, go back. Go ahead, hit the button again. Hit right post.
Oh, haha.
There you go. All right. So today's podcast episode is called A Birthday Toast because it was my birthday, you guys.
Yes, it is. Well, yesterday.
Yeah. Was it? No,
it was 2 days
Wednesday.
ago.
Yeah, Wednesday.
God, this week is going by fast.
You know, it's always weird though when a birthday's on a Wednesday. Well, hey, Miss Francis.
Oh, she said happy belated birthday to you.
Thank you.
So we're gonna kick off this episode with the toast to Steph for her birthday.
Hey, thank you. But before we take a sip on that, I feel like we need to toast you as well because we won't have an episode until after your birthday.
Oh, that's true. Okay. So
happy
toast to my birthday.
Brittany.
Yeah. So not only are we named twins, but Stephanie's birthday is the 3rd and mine is the 14th. It's such a small world.
I didn't know it was a small world at that point. It's just weird.
It is a little weird.
It's just weird.
It's a little weird.
But that's fine. Also,
in a good way, though. In a good way.
Yes, in a good way. Also, real quick, since I do this, shout out, y'all, to my brow girl. You see these brows? Oh, let me get up in here. Sorry, guys, I put makeup on. It'll be fine. You see these brows? Mm-hmm. I did not do these. I got a little brow tint today. She gave me a nice wax. She agreed that I have awkward brows. Okay. Both are short. One shorter than the other. Both are lacking hair. But one lacks more hair than the other.
Which one lacks more hair?
The left. Oh. The left has one extra hair, so it's a bit longer. Okay. Still not to the end of my eye, but it's thinner. Because this one, my right, tends to be more bushy, but it's real short.
See, she did a really good job balancing them out. I can't tell.
And she's like, but you know what? You got no hair in between, so you got that going for you. I said, I do.
No unibrow. Hey. Mine look a mess right now.
They do not look a mess.
Mine look a mess. We will not draw attention to them. They'll be done next Friday.
Ooh.
They won't be tinted. I'll just get them shaped. I don't know how it looks.
Do you do a wax or a thread?
Usually wax, yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's what
I think we'll go back to the lady. There's a lady in Laurel who last time I went to her, you have to make an appointment. So I'm going to try to make an appointment tomorrow so that I can get in Friday. But not only does she wax it, guys, but then she also gives you this amazing face massage. And it just feels like your head is melting. It's great.
Yeah, okay, count me out.
No, I like that. You didn't like it?
Okay, why you put your hands on me?
She got to put her hands on you anyway.
No, she don't. She's for the wax on me for well.
Look, man, I want to be pampered in every way.
I was so this lady, you got a paintbrush out. I said, oh, I'm an art piece. I'm a whole art piece today. Yo, you spread stuff. It was amazing. But she really did a really great job. Super clean. It was at I'm assuming it was her house. It was at a townhouse. But she was set up right inside the front door, which I'm like, hey, I appreciate that. Had great setup, very clean, very fast. But what I liked too was when she did the wax. If you follow me on Instagram, you'll see. But like she literally, I thought she was putting down tape to keep herself. But no, that was how she did the waxing. So everything started like, so I only had like one whole drama of it coming off.
Okay.
Because everything is just so we just keep moving next.
Yeah.
Though thanks to COVID, that hurt real bad because it's been a minute. I was like, oh my goodness, I forgot.
Yeah, I used to try to go every 2 weeks. Now I probably go like every 2 to 3 months. Just because I'm not interested in being in nobody's face in the midst of COVID. I have some plans coming up for my birthday, so that is why I have to go next Friday, or I might go Saturday. One of those days I'm gonna go.
Okay.
Yeah, but I'm thinking Friday because I took off next Friday.
Well, if anybody is interested in trying the eyebrow tinting, which is what I did, so this will last. It's a henna ink. It'll last like 10 to 12 days, depending on how much I mess with it. Her name is Femme Fatale Brows on IG. It's $30 in and out in an hour. She also does, I don't know the name, but the more permanent version where it's like literally tattooing your eyebrow lasts like 2 to 3 years with one touch up. She had an introductory offer on that. I think that is $150. We're gonna see how this goes. I've never had a tattoo, so I don't know if I could do the other, but I like the idea of me not having to deal with putting eyebrows on. So
I have a couple tattoos. I don't think I would want one on my face.
That's true. What is permanent? Like, what if you sneeze in the middle? Now you got
exactly.
Exactly. That kind of video, someone getting that done. Anyway, moving right along. We did our birthday toast. What we got mixed up here, Brittany?
Oh, girl. Anybody who knows me knows I don't know what I put in my drink. Full disclosure, we're still sober. We just started sipping like 2 minutes before this started. Okay, so this is the pre-mixed zombie mix from Bacardi. And so what that consists of is like several different flavored rums, triple sec, blue curacao, and I think some type of fruit juice. So that a zombie is an actual mixed drink that is, I think it's popular like in New Orleans, like down south.
Makes sense.
It's very similar to a hurricane, but it's blue because of the blue curacao.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, I added some pineapple mango vodka. And then I added some orange mango juice, and a little bit of the what's the red stuff? Grenadine.
Yeah, a little grenadine.
So that's my drink. It's pretty. Blue's my favorite color.
I'm going to assume mine is some version of that. Wes made this.
Wes made hers. So hers is the zombie premix. He did not want you to mix liquors. He did not want you to mix.
Oh, so I got the water down. I'm like, this look like
you got the baby
I got it before I split. I'm like, why do I see the juice on the bottom?
You got the baby drink. And then he gave you some orange juice and some ginger ale because you like bubbles. Okay. I don't like anything carbonated.
I do taste the ginger ale, so I do appreciate that. But Wes, we mix our liquors, Wes, because I am still doing my 23-1. Fasting keto. Oh, do the people know that? Okay. So I'm doing a fast. It's a 23-1, which basically means I don't eat for 23 hours and I eat for 1 hour a day. I'm sorry, there's a child came in the background and I wasn't sure if they had clothes on or not. Oh, okay. Yes, so for 1 hour out of the day, I eat. When I am eating, I make sure I'm eating a keto diet. that is something I found actually works for me, keeping stuff keto. Even if I like eat keto excessively, it does a lot less damage than when I've got some carbs going in. So
and you should drink water the rest of the time.
Yes, well, yes, I'm supposed to. Right now, I'm drinking air. No, we gotta keep it real for the people, though. Today, I made. I filled it. I filled the water bottle. It's full. I don't know if I drank any of it
at all.
I just filled it when I got back in. Actually, I literally filled it at 6 o'clock. So,
okay.
Yeah.
All right.
It's been a busy day. But this 23-1 thing works for me. I did try a 24-hour water fast. So basically, yes, it is what it sounds like. You eat nothing for 24 hours. You drink water all day. You eat nothing. And then you get to the next day and you eat nothing and you drink water. For me, it actually wasn't bad doing that. It really wasn't. It wasn't hard to maintain that. It became a problem on the weekend when I had my sister visit me or just entertain people. I entertain by eating and dining. So that's when it went downhill. Well, if I'm going to basically binge eat every weekend, and by binge, like eating some good Tex-Mex at the restaurant, it's going to kill what I'm trying to do or really like throw me off. So that's what we're trying to go 23-1 to kind of maintain this better. So goal is to be at 225 by next Friday. I'm at 233. So we got 9 pounds to get down. So far, I have avoided the exercise with excuses, but we need to add the exercise.
Don't worry, her accountability partner is here.
So yes,
I like to work out. It's my stress reliever. I did not get a chance to work out today because work was crazy. This whole week was crazy. But I'll probably work out after this. If not, I'll double up tomorrow because I don't do the 23-1. I like to eat. I do currently I do intermittent fasting. So I don't eat until 12 o'clock every day. And by like 11:59, I'm ready. So I don't eat until 12 o'clock. And then I stop eating. I try to stop eating at least by 7:30 at the latest. And I'm a vegetarian for those of you who do not know, any of our viewers who are not familiar. I'm a vegetarian, so I don't eat meat. But I do try to stick to like lots of fruits and veggies. And again, I try to work out 6 days a week, 5 at the minimum. And I do a combination of cardio, my row machine, which I love. Thanks, hubby. And what else? And lately I've been doing tone. So I've been working on my abs and my glutes. Not quite there yet, guys. But, cardio, losing the weight is one thing. Losing the weight is one thing. Toning this thing up is a whole different animal. So I'm learning.
I think we've actually both been doing pretty good since like mid-January, honestly.
Yeah.
Or even for you, maybe even longer. But for me, I think since mid-January, I've really been doing well.
Yeah. I started October of 2020.
You started really focusing.
Yeah, with the curves and gains. I did her 21-day challenge.
Right.
And then after that, I did the.
Was it Tanisha after that?
No, I did.
Okay.
I did Thai smoothies. Yeah. And then I did Tanisha Slim Fit Meals. I did her. I did her challenge, which was the whole month of December. Yeah. So I did 2 challenges in 2020, and in the process, I also do these smoothies that are already pre-mixed. She's amazing. I'll post her information on my page. I already have, but her name is Ty, but they're called Glow Smoothies. So they have fat burner in them, as well as flaxseed and something else. And so you drink them at like 9 o'clock, which is great for me, and it kind of just accelerates everything throughout the day. So nice. I was trying to get them this week. She took a break. Lord, I faded for my smoothies. Yeah. Oh. She's on vacation. Oh, don't worry. I'm going to get back. And my son has been making me smoothies this week because he knows how much I like them. So he made me one. Yeah. He needs some guidance with it.
One?
Yeah, I had one.
It was a big batch.
He made me one on one day this week, bless his heart.
Oh, very good.
And he made me an omelet the other day. So he's seen that I'm consistent with my lifestyle change. He tries to keep me encouraged. So
that's good.
And his omelets are actually really good.
Yeah.
He makes me like veggie omelets.
Okay.
Yeah. So
what's in your veggie omelet?
Usually it's green peppers, onions, arugula.
Is there egg though?
Yeah, it's real egg. He doesn't like egg whites.
Okay.
So he makes a big one, and then we usually split it.
Oh, so mostly more like I guess like frittata.
Yeah, I guess you.
Sort because that's just egg real big, right? I don't know.
No, so
Sorry, chefs. I don't know.
We've digressed. Let's get to the next subject. We're sorry.
Okay, so we starting off with the birthday toast. And now we got on our agenda today. Let's skip ahead. We're gonna skip ahead one. We're gonna do the movie review, One Night in Miami.
Oh, funny story. So those who have been watching us know that we actually attempted to watch that movie together, and we both fell asleep for a long night. It was the first time Stephanie ever got her car towed, thanks to my shady behind neighborhood. Anywho, and so we decided to revisit that movie just because Regina King is bomb. Like anybody who knows Regina King, I think she's come a long way from being an actress to actually producing and executive producing these stories. So this movie was based on a screenplay, and the screenplay was based on an actual event in 1964, I believe it was. Anyway, so there was a night in Miami where 4 legends joined together.
It was following Muhammad Ali's fight where he became the world heavyweight title holder.
When he knocked out Sonny Liston.
So it was literally that same night. So whatever year, day, month that was.
Don't worry, you keep talking. I'm going to tell them all the details.
All right. And so this is basically, so there are 4 main characters. You've got Cassius Clay, you have Malcolm X, you have Sam Cooke, and you have Jim Brown. Thank you. Jim Brown. And they, friends get together. They all were invited to the fight by Cassius. They all came, saw the fight. Then they were all meeting back up at Malcolm X's hotel to party. Though ain't no party like a Malcolm X party, because that party doesn't stop. It stops. It doesn't start. No, ever. No.
And I was right. Look at my memory. I'm telling y'all, my memory is getting better by the years. It's real opposite. It was 1964, February 25th. So it's very fitting for this episode because it was in February. So it was February 25th, 1964 in Miami. Go ahead.
Thank you. And so they basically, the movie is around this meetup because we know that happened. However, there were no flies on the wall, so we don't know what their actual conversation was about. So this is an interpretation of what a conversation with these 4 strong, conscious men would have been talking about at that time.
And there was, I'm sorry to interrupt, there was some feedback because I don't know if he's dead yet, but like a year ago, he actually did an interview. Jim Brown did an interview about a year ago.
Okay.
So he's still alive. Ironically, not to ruin it for you guys, but Malcolm X was assassinated about 2 months after. Was it even 2 months?
It was February 19th, 1968. That's what I read. Because
it was
I just watched the movie.
Oh, okay.
That's what I'm pretty sure I saw on the thing. Okay. I just know it was the 19th because I was like, oh man.
Maybe it fast forwarded. Maybe it fast forwarded. Okay, I'm sorry. So Malcolm X was soon after assassinated, and Sam Cooke was murdered soon after. So, but Muhammad Ali lived a very full life, despite the Alzheimer's and everything. And Jim Brown, I believe is still alive, and he did an interview as recently as last year about the events with Regina King, and he went back to the hotel, and he was saying, of course, he can't remember everything from that night, but they have so in the movie, there are parts where Malcolm X is actually taking pictures, and in that hotel room, because it's now a historic site, there are the pictures that he took, so it's actually pretty fascinating. And Jim Brown was just saying, like that night changed all of their lives, quite frankly. So just to go into a little bit more of what happened. So after the fight, they went back to Malcolm X's room, and they were having a conversation. Thinking they were going to party, but Malcolm X being woken on, he was really, I guess, calling all of them to the table to say, look.
As he said, this is the party. We're going to sit back and reflect.
Yes, he wanted them to reflect
on the night.
on the night and of their status and what they could do with their power. This was also the night that Cassius Clay revealed to Jim Brown and Sam Cooke that he was actually going to become a Muslim. I want to say Muslim because that's how he kept saying it the whole time.
Yeah, he did say.
But that he was going to become a Muslim. So the movie, I will say, okay, first off, we have to do our go ahead.
Okay.
What number do you give it? What's your rating? Step that ADHD, y'all. Gotta hear that from me. Gotta hear that from me.
I'm going to round up and give it a 6.
Okay.
I don't want to, but I'm going to.
Do it. It's history. It's history.
It's Black History Month. I can't give it less.
You can't.
All right.
I will call Jim Brown and stuff and say, don't worry about this history, sir.
Basically.
I'm weird. Like, I like history and I like to see movies like this. I love a biopic. I love a documentary. So that always gets a 5 off the break for me. Always, no matter what. And then the fact that these 4 leaders really came together and just to hear the conflict of what they were going through at the time, and then the result of what they did all after that night. All right, let me give it 8, y'all. I normally would give it a 7. I'm a little biased though because I really like Ali. Like Will Smith just he changed it for me. I really like Muhammad Ali, and I also like that. I like I like the production of it and the fact that Regina King, and I don't know if that was from the play or if that's what she incorporated, that she actually allowed us to see these leaders, these legends, vulnerable. Because for me, everything I ever see is them strong and what they did. Like, I'll be honest, I still don't know much about Jim Brown, and I knew a couple Sam Cooke songs. So to understand just like how rich Sam Cooke was at that time, like, okay, just to put it in perspective, the 3 of them were Muhammad Ali, Malcolm X, and Jim Brown were all staying at the Hampton Hotel, which was of course, back then hotels were segregated.
It was in the Green Book. So if anybody's seen the Green Book.
Exactly. So that was the hotel that they could stay at as African Americans. Sam Cooke was so rich that he was staying at
the Fontainebleau.
Yes, the Fontainebleau.
There in Miami.
Exactly. And it's still for the people with the money. And so although his agent had to book the hotel for him and he had to go in the back, Sam Cooke's room was probably as big as the whole.
I mean, he had a suite and they had a 2 doubles standard,
literally. So
maybe smoking.
And so it went in to talk about how Sam Cooke, although he was more commercial, he also understood the power of Black economics. So he was singing these
what I found
songs, but he had ownership of all his masters.
That's
what
I was gonna
major.
Say.
Because nowadays, even artists these days don't have.
I mean, the Little Wave. I doubt it.
Don't do that.
I'm just saying.
No, I'm not defending him. I'm just saying, no, he doesn't. No, I don't. He doesn't. He doesn't.
But that's how important that is that Sam Cooke did that, and that in that time.
That's why they killed Michael. I said.
I don't think Michael owned this music.
Yeah, girl, he bought he bought the Beatles catalog.
After the fact.
But that's my point, because Michael understood the importance of it, just like Prince. Prince understood the importance of it.
But Sam did it up front.
No. I went back and watched Sam's documentary.
Okay.
He did not do it up front. He was he did it very early though.
Okay.
That's the difference.
Okay.
So Sam had a lot of notoriety in the gospel arena. His father was a very popular preacher. And so he had a lot of notoriety in the gospel arena. And he felt like he had risen as far as he could in gospel music. So when he did his first quote unquote pop track, he actually did it under an alias. But he was so popular, everybody knew it was Sam Cooke.
Right.
And so within 6 months, he did the Copa, which is like the epitome of making it back then, whether you black, white, anything in between.
You know what's interesting? Like, I've always heard of the Copa, the Copacabana, but it never registered to me like we wasn't allowed in the Copa.
And it's funny, I don't know much about the Copa except from All jokes aside,
I'm just saying,
all I know about the
Copa,
Copa, no, seriously, all I know about the Copa is what I see in these like Black history movies.
Oh, really?
Where they're like, oh, I'm doing the Copa, so I knew it was the thing for us to. But I couldn't tell you much about the Copa, except for what I see in those. I don't. It's something I would be interested in going back and understanding why it was so notable, why it was such a big deal. But yeah. And Sam Cooke, little known fact, Sam Cooke actually came up at the same time as Aretha Franklin. Oh, really? So it was another, I guess, mini documentary on Amazon Prime. Okay. And in that documentary, Aretha Franklin is actually speaking about how it was one of Sam's first major shows. Mm-hmm. They stayed in the same hotel. Mm-hmm. She went in his room, but at the time, and it started off friendly, and it was about to, take a turn. And at the time, her father was her manager. And he came and like shut the whole floor down. Like, where's Aretha? Where's Aretha? Her friends covered for her. She left, and but she says that things could have been like history could have been different.
Thank goodness her father was there, because I don't know.
They both were like powerhouses, though. Could you imagine if they would have done a duet?
The power struggle within that couple. Someone was gonna have to step down.
Maybe not Beyonce and Jay-Z.
And he ain't put nothing out.
Because he's doing power moves the other way.
No, because he's got to step back. You can't have two powerhouses.
But Sam could have done that. Sam was already producing other artists, so.
Yeah, but Sam didn't. That song didn't come out till after this night. So if he had met Aretha then, he would not have been. He'd be like, you know what? I'm no longer sad. I got me Aretha.
Well, he didn't make the song because he was sad. He made the song because he was woke, and because Malcolm X called him to the carpet.
I get it, but. When they were in the room, he said, he was already working on that. So that after, Malcolm took him to task, he's like, all right, let me go out here and I'm going to do it.
The song we're referring to is A Change Gonna Come. Mm-hmm. And it's so funny. I did not know that was a Sam Cooke song. I love that song. Oh, really? Never knew that.
I will say when they first played it as him singing it, the covers definitely came to mind first.
Yeah, the covers is what you think of. But yeah, and so it was like one of his biggest hits. And apparently he was murdered shortly afterwards. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of sad that, it really got its full shine post homage. But I just thought it was a really good movie in the fact that it showed the struggles behind the scenes. Like we see all of these Black leaders and we see these people that we look at as legends and we don't understand or we don't have, I guess, any insight into their internal struggle. Just like us on an everyday basis. Like I want to be woke, but I also want to do some ratchet things too, And that's where Cassius, Jim Brown, and Sam Cooke all were at that point. Right. This night was actually
Malcolm cursed.
He got mad because he talked about his dad.
Well, he got mad because they also stole the camera. He was not playing.
Yeah, he wasn't playing. He had that German camera. He wasn't playing. But no one got this one. But that was also right after Malcolm X was, I guess, kicked out or left the Nation of Islam.
Yeah, had told his, I guess, internal right-hand buddy, in leadership that he was thinking of stepping away from it.
Yeah, and he was about to start his other one. So he was very emotional that night, and he really was, like she said, he was calling all of them to task because he was just like, look at the power that you have, look at the influence you have. And I think that that's still relevant to this day. You look at some of these celebrities and how much money they have and what they do with it. And it's like, we're still dealing with some of the same struggles we were dealing with back then in '64 and even beforehand. And like, what's that rapper? Look, I'm old, so bear with me. Uzi?
Lil Uzi Vert?
Yeah, he just got a
$24 million.
A 24 million diamond stuck in his head. So it's like, come on, y'all got to do better. And there are celebrities that use their influence for good, but I think in the Black community and in the minority community overall, they could definitely do better. You figure they're making millions of dollars for appearances. Like that doesn't even include all of their endorsements and contracts and things of that nature. So I feel like they could do better, but
I think that's a part of the reason why LeBron tends to get so much flack from the media, because they see him giving back to his community.
Yeah.
And they don't mind, giving the Black man the money, as long as you're not leading the way for this to come up, because they say they're scared of uprising. They're scared of uprising. Think about it. Not so much uprising, I wouldn't say. I wouldn't say that, but you don't want to actually share the limelight. You want to look like you're sharing. You don't want to actually give the attention.
It's that, and you don't want us to be united. So part of what has, unfortunately, been our downfall for so long is, it goes back to Jim Crow and, all of these things that were instilled during slavery to keep us separated. So anytime they see us trying to join together and be united, they find a way to bring it to an end. So, and it is sad. It's unfortunate that this is 2021 and so many topics and so many, I guess, narratives that were discussed in One Night in Miami are still relevant to this day. Right. And that's why I give it an 8, because it's like these men fought so hard back then, and we've had so many other leaders since then, and we still just make gradual progress here and there, and even, like, I'll give you an example. You think of somebody like Beyonce, she comes out with, Motherland Drip on Me, but that is not as commercial as some of her other music. And it's like, people are trying to make a difference. And it just seems like it stopped at every area. And I think also now with social media, there is a lot of people are at the point they're like, I don't need a leader.
Yeah.
I don't need a leader. So we're in a different time as well. Whereas for so long, we all just waited around for who's the next leader? Who's going to tell us what to do? They killed Martin, oh my God. They killed Malcolm, oh my God. It's like, no, now we're understanding, you can organize within yourselves and you can really have a movement, even if it's grassroots, and make a difference in your local community and build that up. And then also, at the same time, use the power of social media to connect to other people. So
I think Jim Brown had a good point when he was talking about. So Malcolm X had basically ripped Sam a new one because he's like, you're not using your voice properly. You're pandering to the white people with your music at that time. And it really upset Sam, and he left the room. So it's just Jim and Malcolm in there. And he was, pointing at them. He's like, right, like you used to be a leader, but you're like, you realize this freedom we want. That's economic freedom.
Yeah.
You can't have that freedom if you can't live and succeed in a capital society.
Correct.
And I think sometimes, take Beyonce as an example. Okay, she's got her Motherland song. Now, I initially go, that's great, but what's Ivy Park doing for the Motherland? Nothing. You could have did that in some tribal wear, but you didn't. It's coming. Right, but if I go back and think, she was like, right, but she has to be able to have the means and the capital to do something grander.
And she has to be able to keep her presence.
Right.
Because, like, okay, think about
what? I feel like, yes, but you also do.
No, and that's my point. No, that's my point. Yeah. And that's the part that to me stands out by far in the movie. There was a scene that Malcolm X and the Nation of Islam were doing security at one of Sam Cooke's shows. And apparently, I forget the artist, but the artist before him was threatened. So he pulled the mic. And so it was a huge crowd. They started to boo Sam Cooke. And they were like, boo, boo, boo. And then Sam just literally, he just started, went back. Started stomping his feet, just making a acoustic percussion beat with his feet. And then he had the whole crowd do it. And literally in a matter of, let's say, 2 minutes, he was able to calm the crowd, get them all on the same accord as him. And then he was able to sing his song. And so that part to me was so poignant because it was like, that really is the power that entertainers have. Like, I know when I'm at a concert, even sometimes at home with these virtual concerts, I am literally like, I am captivated. And that's what happens, past, being speakers, past being leaders, these entertainers, these artists, they have that charisma and they have that ability to literally captivate an audience.
Yeah.
And so I feel like I understood what Malcolm X was saying. You have this power to captivate the audience. I've seen you do it. And instead of doing that, you're singing, doo-wop, doo-wop, songs, like you said, you're catering to the white audience. And yes, you're doing that for capitalistic purposes, but what would happen if you use that same power to speak truth to power and to do something to move the movement forward for African Americans.
I think in current culture, someone that actually did that really well, though it wasn't for, Black people, it wasn't even in America, but she is an American artist, is Ariana Grande, when they had the London bombings at her concert. So they, was that 2-3 years ago?
Yeah.
Bombed her concert in London. People lost their lives. People were seriously injured.
Yeah.
She put it back on anyone that bought a ticket. I believe it was free, or whatever they paid to come to the next one. She donated it all to those victims. That's the way to do that, I feel like, in modern time.
Correct.
How many of our current artists are doing that? I don't know. I'll be honest, I'm not trying to learn no new artists. So they could be out here doing it. If they are, I applaud them. I will say one person that stands out to me that uses his music to do more than just create good popular music, I would say, is what's his name? And I don't even like rap. Toby Nagaya? I don't know his name. He's out of Houston, I think. I have to play you some of his music later.
Okay. But I like you know who does that? And unfortunately he did it after his and I won't say he did it after the height of his celebrity. I think when he started doing it, they were like, oh, we're done with you. But girl, I was about to say the wrong name. I was about to say Project Pat. God, no. No, y'all not gonna put me out there. What is his name? Not Killer Mike. I'm so mad at myself. Why? His name was just right on the. He did the song.
Wait, what song he do?
He did a song with Chris Brown.
3 6 Mafia?
No.
He did a song.
David Banner. Banner.
Okay. Yes, he has become very prolific.
Yes, so he has like a whole project called the God Box, and it's really about African Americans and people in general looking within yourself and not looking for a leader, just understanding your power and what you can achieve, and who we really are, not always listening to the media, just searching within and also doing your research to understand what's going on. But it seems like since he's made that change, it's like, okay, whatever. Like he's known in those circles, but he's not David Banner anymore. So it's kind of, I don't know. And then like I will say, I hate to go back to her because I'm not really never mind. I like her. I do. I've been changed.
Who we talking about?
Queen Bee. I've been changed.
Are we calling her Queen Bee now?
I mean, and then her name? Beyonce.
Are you?
I'm not.
Oh, thank goodness.
I'm not.
We don't have to cut this short. Wait a minute.
No, I'm not. But I will say that I was like very harsh on her. But I see a lot of what she does is in the shadows. So for instance, like when they were protesting.
That's what bothers me though.
But my whole thing is if you're doing it, you're doing it. So like when they were protesting for Black Lives Matter, she paid for a lot of them to get out of jail. Like she paid their posted bond for them. So it's things like that. It's like, okay, clearly you're a part of the movement. You're trying to change your music to be more conscious. I mean,
but meanwhile, Beyonce,
the
same people that got them locked up, if you were to say, "Hey guys, cut it out," they'd be like, "Oh snap, Beyonce's talking."
Yeah, I mean, but here's the thing: racists are going to be racist.
Racists are going to be racist, but the movers up top, they love to claim them some Beyonce.
Hold up.
We going real left.
We are going real left because I gotta say, yes, she's Beyonce and she got a lot of power, but she ain't up there.
No, she's not. You're absolutely right.
So it's one of those things. Like we look at our culture looks at her, and even beyond our culture looks at her like that's Beyonce. Like talk out your mouth wrong, you're canceled.
They do.
But the upper echelon still knows that she is Beyonce. Hot sauce in her bag. Sweat.
I
powers that be.
She has, and I'm not saying. Well, I don't know if I actually am that much of a fan, but I feel like she has a platform. I feel very much Malcolm X felt with Sam Cooke. You've got a whole daggone platform. Then you quadrupled your platform because you went ahead and married Jay-Z out here. I'm waiting. I'm waiting.
Credit though, Lion King.
We're not gonna talk
about that.
We're not gonna talk about Disney on this podcast. Okay?
You better not, because they shut this whole thing shut down.
I need my Disney.
But I'm just saying, Lion King. What else? This song, Selena sings it all the time. Brown Skin Girl. I love that song. It's empowerment for young Black girls.
You know I don't.
This is a great transition.
See.
Tell me how you feel about the song, and then we'll transition. Go ahead.
Because I'm about to be hotel number 10.
Hotel to the building.
Because I feel like that. I feel like that song was such a.
This is Malcolm X, and y'all don't even know what she's behind the scenes. This is Malcolm. Malcolmina.
I feel like that song was such a grab at what was happening in the moment. Almost just it's trendy.
No, but you have to think about it though.
That's how it felt.
Most of the time, you can't drop a song that quick. That song was probably already in the works, especially because it wasn't just her song; it was with someone else. And then, like, have you ever played it for your daughter? Like when my daughter sings it, she has
I believe Patrick has.
When my daughter sings it, she has so much pride. Like, I mean, she goes through her little hair and everything.
That's adorable.
It is like I can see the pride exuding out of her. So for that, Beyonce, you get +10.
For the young people, I love it. I just feel like that was a real quick. Let's capitalize. Let's go straight to 1.
I didn't feel that way. Thanks, Beyonce.
Oh, did you
for the people? For the people, Beyonce.
Oh.
Thank you. So that brings us to our next topic.
Oh wait, I didn't say why I gave it my 6. Because I'm like, first of all, we just spent 40 minutes saying why it's great, but I gave that thing a whole 6. I wanted to give it a 5, but it's Black History Month. Took way too long for us to get to some poignant points. Everything we've talked about was in like the last 35 minutes of that movie. There's a whole hour before that. That's a long time to be sitting in a standard double bed. Okay, that's a long time.
The first 15 minutes was kind of showing where they were in their lives.
Yeah.
So the first 15 minutes
set the scene. Great.
It grabbed you, and then it did get slow.
And you got 40 minutes of we got vanilla ice cream or vanilla ice cream. That's literally a line in the movie as we sit on these double beds. So that's why I gave it the 6. It was too slow. Hey, Nisha, thanks for joining the party. So I'm sorry if my views are now going to make you log off, but that's how I feel. Thanks for coming.
Don't worry, guys. You have me for the people.
Yeah.
So
I get kicked off my own live tonight. That's fine.
The next subject we want to go to is Girls and Curls, the unspoken pressure of mommyhood. Full disclosure, guys, if you think we're passionate about our movies, this may take us to the end of the podcast. We may not make it.
Oh gosh,
we may not make it to schools in session. That may have to wait till.
Yeah, it might have to wait.
So go ahead and tell them what this topic is about and why we decided to include it.
Girls and Curls. This chat is going to be about. Well, this came up. We were talking. Both of us, thanks to Brittany, I now use the same hairdresser for my daughter's hair.
Shout out to Goddess Looks.
Yes, Goddess Looks. Y'all, if y'all don't know, please. Go hit her up. Like, seriously. I don't understand why you have not yet. If you get your hair done.
Changes your life. For your kids or yourself. She does adults and kids.
It's not even about my daughter. It's about me. I need my life back. That's where this came from. See, as most people know and can tell, I have a very easy wash and go. I'm a wash and go kind of gal.
Okay? And as you can see, I don't. I have a very thick curl pattern. Think 4C, maybe D.
4C, okay. And I'm like
maybe D.
Okay. I'm like a
D's not a thing.
I know it's not. I'm just okay.
It's thick.
I'm saying maybe I'm a 3B.
I
think I'm a 3B.
Okay.
My daughter is like a 3C/4A.
That's off the baby joint.
I know. And when she was smaller, I could handle it. It's fine. Doing her hair up until when did I first go? I actually only started going to Goddess Looks during the vid.
Yeah, I think you started like what, June, July?
Not even that. I want to say after school started because we went a couple months. With the COVID hair is what showed up at them Google Meets. So we've maybe been going 5 months, 6 at most.
Okay.
I got tired of the fight. I got tired of fighting her. I got tired of fighting her hair. I got tired of trying to fight me. They say wash day. I'm sorry. And please don't take offense. It's just my hair's. I don't have a wash day. If I get in, am I getting my hair wet today or not? It's still gonna come out looking like this. Wash day was a whole thing. doing the hair after you washed it was literally a day, day and a half. Sometimes I could be doing it for 3 days straight trying to get that stuff together. It wasn't good for her. It wasn't good for me. I just didn't remember growing up being that miserable getting my hair done ever. So I wasn't liking it, but it is a source of pride, I would say, for me as a mom, as someone who I go, tell about these roots, I go once semi-annually is basically how I go. Or I might just go annually at this point to get my hair done. So going to a salon, I never went to a salon as a child. Mother, we had a braid down the back. Oh, you don't want the braid down the back? Guess what? You got two pigtails. Boom, keep it moving. It's a pride thing going to the salon for me because that was not how I was raised. Now, if I was raised probably where, we were going to the salon every couple of weeks, it probably wouldn't have been a thing. But I felt like I was failing. So that's kind of what this whole pressures of momhood, because that's not how my mom did my hair growing up. That's not what I would expect I'd have to do. I reflected as there's something wrong with me because I don't know how to do her hair to the level of expectation I set on myself. So the first time, let me just backtrack a second. It's not like I sent this girl out here looking crazy. Okay, her hair's always been done. I can do a plait. Usually she has a plaits. But when your child is 7, so she grew up with Elsa, and she want an Elsa braid. Yeah, I don't put heat on her hair. I've never done a blowout on her hair to then, braid it up or anything. Elsa braid is not in your future. I can do multiple braids, then we can pull them back and be like, look at Elsa. But you know what? No, a low neck, and then that wasn't her thing, and I didn't know how to take care of her hair well either, like the whole porosity and moisture thing. So after a while, it really was kind of like her hair growth was stunted. So even if I wanted to try to do more things, I thought I was just breaking her hair off. Mm-hmm. That's what I was doing. I was killing her hair every time I had to brush it.
Gotcha.
So it was a big thing, and then coming from, my mom is white, my dad is black. I wouldn't know how to go about finding a salon of any, reputable merit, or know if they're doing the right thing, or if what they're doing is going to cause more damage or not. So it was all very, what's the word I'm looking for? Not traumatic, but intimidating. Intimidating. So we were talking about that the one day.
Yeah. I'm about to enter as modern mom on the move. Mm-hmm. So let me tell you my background. I've always had this hair. It's always been there. Shout out to you, Mom. You tried. So growing up, my mom actually did not do me and my sister's hair because my hair has always been thick and for the most part short. Like the locks is the longest my hair has ever been. So it's up right now, but for those who don't watch, my locks are like down here. I don't like them down, so that's why you usually see them up. If they're down, it's because it's COVID and I can't get my normal maintenance. But anyway, my sister's, her hair was always long and thick. So we were fortunate to have a babysitter or daycare provider who did our hair for the most part. Then once we stopped going to her, my mom did take us to salons. So she took us to several different salons. Oh, she's laughing out loud. Mm-hmm. Yes, you remember. And so she took us to several salons, and it was a waste of her money, quite frankly, because they would put a perm in my hair, and by the end of the week, it'd be gone. It'd be right back to its thickness, as we like to call it. And then so I went through my braid phase. I found my braid lady. She would put my braids in, and once my braids came out, my best friend, she would braid my hair and put my tracks in, and then we would go through the cycle. And that's how, I pretty much got through high school. And then when I went to college, actually one of my, I'll call her a roommate. She's an honorary roommate. Shout out to Shalon. She was actually a cosmetology student. And so she would come down and she would just experiment with my hair and do different things. So that was like the most my hair had ever grown. I was like, oh, this is beautiful. Like, oh, I didn't know my hair could do these things. And she's like, yeah, Brittany, your hair is 4C, so you can't do the things you would normally do. You have to let it sit a little bit longer for the moisture to get in, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, whatever, girl, I ain't doing nothing. Do you? You know, I just knew my hair was cute. You know, she would do it like every 2 weeks or so. And then after college, you know, I was on my own and I tried a couple more salons and right back to the same nonsense as before. And then I started transitioning to natural. So I was doing like half wig. So I would have a half wig on, whether it be curly, straight, whatever the case may be. Oh, okay. Oh, it's a half wig. Okay. Look, I gotta put my drink down for this, y'all. Okay. So they make these wigs. They're called half wigs. And you go to the beauty supply store. You put them in, and they usually stop about right here. You can get them curly, get them straight. Like I had a couple like that. Okay. Couldn't tell me nothing. But anyway, you put them in, and then you just essentially flat iron or whatever to your hair to match the texture. Oh. So if it was a straight one, I would just flat iron the front of my hair. If it was a curly one, I would do a twist out. Yes, ma'am. For people like me. For people like me. So I did half wigs for probably about 2.5 years. And then once I got pregnant with my daughter, I started to do natural styles. So that was like the first time I did like a puff, and I was like, oh, how do people do this? It's giving me a headache. I did a couple twists. I just played with a couple of ideas. And then finally my husband was like, give it up. And I was like, what do you mean? And he was like, you need to get locks. Like, your sister has locks, her hair looks great, and that's what you need because you don't do your hair. And I was like, no, but I got my half wigs. I just bought a new flat iron. And he was like, babe, like, yeah, some days it's on point, but the other days. Yeah. 3, what's yours? What's yours? 3C. 3C in the back, 4C in the front. You know, it was obvious. So it was a lot of maintenance. And, you know, plus your man don't want to see you throwing your little wig. Your little wig. That's what I'm trying to picture, like,
so it's like a literal hair piece.
It's a hair piece.
It's a, yeah.
It might as well be a wig. I had a little head for it and everything. And I would put my little wig on the side. And we would go.
That's what I was saying.
Yeah, like, Shanae, you never heard about a half wig?
We might have to do a trip. I want to go see one of these bad boys.
Oh, okay, okay. Like, look, it's been some years, but I tell you, I can still get a half wig together. You hear me? You hear me? They got lock wigs, and they got a lock wig. Oh. So, like I said, so my husband was like, you can get locks. And I was like, no, I changed my hair too much. Like, I like to do colors. Because I still would like to get the ones that like had highlights in it, so on and so forth. Because that was the other thing. No matter what color you put in my hair, it never came through. Fast forward, I listened to my husband, I got my locks. But then I had my daughter, like in the midst of that. Because I didn't get my hair locked until she was about, that's like 1.5. And so because she has more Stephanie type hair, and I did not grow up with Stephanie type hair, I didn't know what I was doing. Like first off, like the first probably 2 years, she didn't have any hair. So I was like, oh, cute. Just curl up a little bit, cool. I'll work with this. And then I felt like, well, my mom didn't do my hair, you know, growing up. So I'm going to do my daughter's hair. I'm going to get it done. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. Then I was like, my mother's a whole genius. She's a whole genius. Nobody has time for this. I mean, it was a drag out, knockout fight when she first started to grow her hair. And then my daughter with her hair. So my husband is Black, Puerto Rican, and Ecuadorian. And so she has a mixture of both for our hair. So her hair is curly, but also it dries out really quickly. So you can't just do a ponytail and leave it in her hair.
Is her hair thinner? Would you say?
No, baby. She's got it's nice thick, thick and curly. Okay. But it's also, if you wet it, if I would wet her hair right now, it would look just like it.
Right, gotcha.
Howsoever, within an hour, it will dry up and be very puffy. Maybe it's just the terminology. I'm gonna post some. I'm gonna find a way to make a cute little. Y'all know I'm on TikTok. I'm gonna find a way to show y'all about these half wigs. I threw them all away, so I can't even go home and show you any.
But she needs more moisture.
She needs more moisture. But she also needs, it's a porosity thing, but she also needs more consistent maintenance. So like wash it. Like you can't just do, if Selena's hair is out, it needs to be done like every other day at best. It really needs to be done every day.
Shampoo just has to be redone.
Nah, baby, you gotta go through from the rooter to the tutor.
Yeah, so you undo it and redo it. But you're not like washing it every other day.
Well, I feel like you would have to. Because it literally gets like, it doesn't, like you said, yours gets hard. Hers doesn't get hard. It gets bushy.
I see.
Yeah. Okay. The Brittany comes out.
I got a girl you can follow. So she might need some protein.
So she starts with Stephanie, right? She looks like Stephanie. And then she looks like me if my locks were like the roots of my locks. I'm just telling you what it is. And so my husband would be like, oh, well, I used to play my sister here. You do X, Y, and Z. And I was like, yeah, see, she got me in her breath. And you don't do X, Y, and Z. So it was a constant struggle between me and him. And he's like, you got to brush it. And I'm like, well, you can brush it. Then he realized.
The husband's got a lot to say about that.
A whole lot to say.
I live in
Oh, hold up. My husband. Shout out to you, Carlos. He thinks he's a cosmetologist. Because Carlos thinks he knows what to do with everything.
Him too.
Oh, okay.
Be out here. Like, what are we doing, guys?
Carlos was like, well, you got to put this in. I'm like, do it then. Let me see it. Oh, I mean, well, hold on. Let me try it over.
You forgot them days when she was like 9 months and you over here asking where the scissors are because you can't get a hair tie out. But
Thank you.
You're going to tell me how to fix this front.
Exactly. So, long story short, I tried for a while. And I finally got to the point where I could braid her hair. It took me forever. I would have to wash it, condition it. I never blow dried her hair because I was like, who's doing all that? Get it braided. It would be super cute for a week. And then the edges would start popping out. The braids would start looking a little, and it just wasn't to the caliber that he wanted his princess to look like. And I quite frankly felt like it was wasting my time because I had a drag out, knockout fight with my child and I don't like her anymore because of this doing your hair. And so finally he was like, well, why don't we try to let somebody else do it? At the time, her daycare provider, shout out to you, Nikki, love Nikki. Nikki was like, I'll do it. As long as y'all wash it, I'll do it. Nikki was doing it. It was great, but then it was getting longer. And Nikki was like, oh, she got a lot of hair. We were like, yeah, is the price still the same though? You still trying to say? Okay. Just tell us what you need, Nikki. We got you. And then she left Nikki's. And that's when Deja was like, I can do her hair. And I was like, can you? She was like, yeah. Because once she left Nikki's, I went back to doing her hair. And I was like, I don't want to. Full blown tantrums. I was like, both of us are having tantrums. Because I done felt the intelligence that my mother had that no, boo, you don't gotta do her hair. As long as it looks presentable, that is a representation of you. And so I was like, okay. So finally we let Deja do it. Long story short, let me fast forward for y'all. And yeah, now I don't even touch my child's hair except to take it out. That's all I do. I don't wash it. I don't condition it. I don't blow dry it. I take it out and it's out like this. And then he drives her to Deja. And then when she comes back, I'm like, oh, look at my boo. She's cute. Yeah. For like a month. That's the other thing. Like, I could do Selena's hair and it's cute for a week. Deja does it and legit, like we usually get it done every 3 weeks, but it can go for a month easily.
We made it through December. Actually, made it through 2 months. The one time, when she had the really small ones.
Oh yeah,
because I took too long and it was holidays, so I couldn't get in. So, but yeah, it went 2 months on Peyton, and Peyton. That was important is Peyton likes going. Now Peyton's not crying. Okay, she's still crying when Peyton has. I don't even know if tender-headed is the word for it. So you tap her head and she's like, ow.
No, she'll get better because Selena was like that, and then Selena got to the point she was just. It was a habit now. I got to give Deja a hard time, and then when Deja stopped entertaining her, and we stopped entertaining her, that's like the last 2 times Selena went. I'm like, how did she do? She's like, girl, she's fine. Now she does give her a hard time. Deja likes to take pictures at the end to
Oh, she's ready to go.
Selena's like,
she over it. Right.
I'm like, you such a butthole. Like you smiling and you in the camera all the time at home, but now it's time to get this girl a picture and advertise her business, and you want to have that little ugly face on.
Yeah, that's Peyton's favorite part because she feels like a princess or she feels like a superstar, right? So she loves that. That's okay. All right. That's another conversation for another podcast.
But to be fair, her and Deja also have a more intimate relationship.
Yeah.
So she knows Deja outside of the business as well. So she kind of gives her the business for that because, like, at this point, Deja is family. But again, I love Deja, and again, mommy, I finally understand why you had Miss CC do my hair. Like I don't ever plan on doing Selena's hair. Ever in life.
Ever again.
It's just, it comes to a point where you have to understand your skills and your weaknesses, or your strengths and your weaknesses.
Pros and cons and the cost benefits of things.
Exactly.
That's what you're looking at.
And how's the girl who used to, I want to shout her out, Rashida. She was at one of my conferences. And so her organization is called Busy Bee. I forget the rest of it. It's Busy Bee, and her business is really about you outsourcing the things that you can't do. As mothers, we try to take it all in, and I think even though we have legit opposite stories, me and Stephanie felt the same way. Like I felt pressured to do Selena's hair, you felt pressured to do Peyton's hair, and we realized why. Like even if I'm not physically the one doing her hair, I'm still making sure that my daughter's hair is maintained, it's healthy, it's growing. And then she still has that experience of feeling like you said, like a princess. Like
it was getting over our own pride about it. Because, as I said, especially for little Black girls, your hair is your crown. And I was tarnishing her crown because my inability to do it where she needed it, to the level that it should be done at. And that was because I couldn't get over my own pride.
Correct.
Once I realized, you know what? And I don't know. Honestly, it's probably because it was a recommendation from you, because otherwise I'd probably still be doing Peyton's hair. And we probably would have cut her hair off at this point.
And it's crazy because Selena sees me and she's like, "Oh, mommy, I like locks." And like, I guess one day you could lock your hair, but we don't have the same type of hair. And I think
it'll be a lot more maintenance, I think, for her to lock.
Yeah, because it wouldn't like stays. Right? Yeah. So I think that's the same thing. Like you and Peyton have different texture of hair. Right. Me and Selena have a different texture of hair. So our experience with our quote unquote crown is not the same.
Right.
So it's kind of hard to be like, oh, and then like CJ, he's a whole different story. Like my son goes back and forth, y'all. One day he wants his hair short, GQ, he's a model. The next day he wants it long. The next day he wants it curly. His hair does not curl, y'all. It does not curl, poor thing. Because he got a lot mixed in.
Yeah.
He gets a bend now.
Not a bend.
It's a bend.
You get a C curl. You got a beach wave. It's a beach wave.
Baby, he might watch this. He gonna be offended.
What?
Yeah, see that curls, baby.
Get out with you.
And so, we go back and forth. And so I did try to do his hair one time, and I was able to do a nice little 2-strand twist. But again, because of the texture of his hair is even more fine than Selena's. Like he doesn't have any of the thickness. He has more of the caucasoid type hair.
He got a little bit of my 50%, so we're saying more of my 50%. That's fine. So it's all up here.
That is. So he got a little bit more of that. So I had worked hard, y'all, and I had gripped it. It was real cute. And he was like, "Oh, Ma, you did a good job. Now I gotta wash it, and then you can do it again." I was like, "Oh, you got me all the way bent." I haven't touched his hair since. And he was like, "But you can do it." I know I can do it. And the thing with his is it probably would stay. With this, you wasted my whole entire life, sir. Good luck in life. Deja's done his hair a couple times.
Oh, really?
He goes back and forth. It's short now. Nobody, the barber does it now.
His hair real short.
Girl, no, it's getting long again.
See, my son has hair more like mine. But
okay. I never even paid attention.
He got we're not wrapping his head, so the boys, burrowing like a, I don't know, gopher every time he sleeps. So it comes out and it's just fuzzed out.
Oh, so you did used to wrap his hair?
No, I actually do put the same product I put in mine in his hair.
Okay.
But by the morning,
do rags.
Maybe I need to have Evan try to do it. No,
Evan can try to do it. CJ wanted waves. That's what he wanted waves.
Baby boy, no. Evan's hair's not ever gonna wave. I say the search. It's not, because he has these S curls. That's what he has. So, I mean, what he really needs is some Jerry curl spray.
Yeah, I just put a little spray in it, like the little, just shape up the sides. That's cute. The girls like it.
Until he stops driving his head into everything, I'm not gonna waste my time.
So right now, to see how he reacts.
Well, I will say this though. That doesn't mean he doesn't have his own style at 5.
Okay.
His whole thing is he wants to look like Miles Morales.
Oh, okay.
Who, in the movie, is actually, I think, Hispanic and Black. He's like Afro-Latino. Because the mother is definitely speaking Spanish. Yeah.
Okay.
So
that's Spider-Man, guys.
Yeah, that's
for those who don't know.
Of the universe?
Yes, Spider-Verse.
Yeah.
It was actually good. Shout out to Jason Reynolds. He wrote a book that was very similar to that. He's one of the what's called? Top. I never told you more about Jason Reynolds.
No.
Hold on, y'all. I gotta shout him out. Black History Month. I gotta shout Jason out. So Jason, I went to daycare babysitter, whatever you want to call it, with Jason.
Mm-hmm.
And at the time, Jason was just, Jason. Didn't read no books. His mom put him in a private school. We were all going to the public school in PG. And Jason actually taught me my first rap song.
Oh.
You're All I Need to Get Back. He taught me all the lyrics to that song, ironically.
Okay.
But anyway, so shout out to Jason. He is now an author, and he actually writes books for children / young adults, but more so for young adults. So actually, my son is in high school, and a couple of the books they read are Jason's books.
Oh, nice.
So he wrote a book that is very similar to Spider-Man, Miles Morales. Yeah. And so when my son saw the movie, he actually thought it was Jason's. Gotcha. He was like, "Oh, is that your friend?" I was like, "No, but I wish you was." Shout out to Jason, though. Yeah. So if you guys have not, if you have young kids or you have family members who you want to get them into reading, definitely check out Jason Reynolds. He actually was appointed I'm gonna mess it all up, y'all. Hold on, Jason, I got you. Hold on. He was. So you remember how we have the poet laureate? Mm-hmm. Jason is one of those laureates right now.
So an author laureate?
I don't know, girl. I'm gonna tell you what it is. Okay. I don't.
But while she's looking that up, since we are in Black History Month, for one of my other little side jobs / not real job, is something I do with the PTA. Anyway, with the PTA, the Smithsonian African American History Museum has free programming throughout the month of February that you can register for and log into. So it's like live streams of stories. I think there is a bit of the exhibits themselves, but different things you can do with your kids. For any of our moms out there that are looking for a way to kind of bring a museum into your home during Black History Month to get different perspectives. So that is something y'all can look up. It's on their Facebook page. It's on their website. Yeah. You're looking up the.
Oh wow! I didn't even know he got this. Okay. Shout out to Jason, y'all. Okay, so 2 of his notable awards are the Coretta Scott King, John Steptoe Award for New Talent, and he also got an NAACP Image Award for Outstanding Literary Work for Youth and Teens. And so, shoot, y'all look, no, see, that was right. Look.
He is
Miles Morales, Spider-Man. Jason, you're doing big things.
I was about to say, so does he have lawsuits pending if he wrote it?
Shoot, I didn't know that. CJ said that. I thought he made that. Wow.
So surprise ending. He is the guy.
He also wrote a Marvel Comics graphic novel called Miles Morales, Spider-Man. Jason, you done really surpassed us, bro. Here we go. So Jason Reynolds was named as the Library of Congress's National Ambassador for Young People's Literature in January of 2020. And like I said, this is major, y'all. Jason grew up literally on the same street as me in Prince George's County, and now he is doing big things. I know one year Beyonce shouted him out. I know you love her, so I just have to mention her name. Yeah. And like I said, he got that award last year. I did not know anything about this NAACP award or this Coretta Scott King Award, and I did not know, so I need to apologize to my son about the Miles Morales. He said that when he saw the movie, he said, "Ma, this is just like the book your friend wrote." That's cool. And I was like, "No, I don't think Jason did that one. He did a couple." He's like, "No, Mom, I'm telling you, it's the same." And but I didn't see Jason's name in the credits. That's why I didn't think.
It probably was adapted from da 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 da.
But don't they have to mention him at some point?
Well, they would have put it in that part.
See, he was 17 before he read his first novel cover to cover. Off the Hill, Maryland.
Having a whole moment.
I am, y'all. I'm proud. I'm proud, y'all. Because I'm gonna be big one day like Jason.
Yeah. Speaking into existence.
You know, manifesting, baby.
Speaking of manifesting.
Okay.
What you manifesting coming up there, Rick?
Oh, first off, I'm repping today my Never Say Never hoodie. This is from the Manifestation collection. We do not. For Modern Mom on the Move, I have a Manifestation hoodie / sweatshirt line out. So if you have not gotten yours yet, make sure you check it out. They're online, and we have the hoodies and we have the sweatshirt. But also we have the Modern Mom on the Move conference coming up this year in May. So it's going to take place May 1st this year. It's a Saturday. It's going to be virtual again. You guys know that Stephanie set the bar real high for us last year as we pivoted from in person. It's all right. So as you guys, those who don't know, because I know we have some new, we're going to speak this into existence. We have so many new viewers who are tuning in. So, hey girl, brown skin girl, you see us. But anyway, the first 3 years the conference was in person. Last year we had to pivot as a result of COVID. And so this year we're not even playing no games with COVID. We're just gonna go straight virtual. So we got some really exciting things coming up for you guys as far as like interaction. We want to make sure last year was bomb. It was dope. I'm not gonna look. And I don't usually pat myself on the back, but last year I was quite impressed with how Stephanie was able to make that thing pop. So this year we have some more really creative ideas and innovative ideas. So if you have any ideas that you want us to incorporate into the conference, definitely let me know. We're in the planning/finalizing process right now. So you'll start to see advertising coming out soon. And then also if you know any speakers that you think can speak to manifesting, because listen, if y'all ain't learned nothing yet, is that you have to speak into existence what you want, and you have to manifest what you want to see in your life. I can say I see more growth in Modern Mama to Move in 2020 than any other year. And that's
2021.
In 2020, that's right. So 2021 is going to be even greater. And that's because I spoke it into existence. I kept saying, this 9 to 5 is not for me. This Modern Mom thing needs to jump off. It needs to jump off. And that's what happened. Like it just kept coming. Like different opportunities. Actually, I have a speaking engagement coming up February 17th. Yeah, I'll be speaking about love. I'm really excited. So I was selected to speak on a panel about relationships and marriage because y'all know I've been married so long.
Nice.
10 years.
Hey.
So I know, right? We've been together more than 10 years.
Yeah,
we've been married. Right.
Okay.
We've been married. We've been legally official for 10 years. So that's February 17th at 8:30. I'll be posting that probably tomorrow. But yeah, so really excited about that opportunity. But and then Steph, hold on.
Wes, come back.
Hold on, we're gonna rewind because y'all know Steph is real humble, just like I am. That's why we get along so well. But Stephanie, tell them about the social media.
Hold on.
Hey Wes.
Hey Wes.
Who's Wes?
It's a joke.
Can we make it more blue?
She wanted her like mine. You didn't mix the.
Gracias.
You didn't mix the vodka. Your fault, not mine. I tried to tell Wes y'all ahead of time. But Stephanie also, I'm gonna let her tell it. Tell what you did and the result. How you revamped that IG and how we already got results in less than 4 hours. You want to?
Okay. So actually, some of you might know I do have a web design business, and we also do social marketing. I have a new client, which actually y'all will be meeting her soon. She's going to join us for one of our Wednesday episodes on mental health. She is a psychiatrist, so very excited to have that discussion. As I've mentioned many times before, I see a therapist. If for nothing less,
but I will. Go ahead.
If for nothing less, it is great to have a third party to bounce things off of.
Correct.
But this Dr. Howe, we're doing her site, doing a new site for her. We're redoing her social media, and we had her book actual new clients after not even 24. Excuse me.
That's 24 hours. Don't you?
We rebranded and launched. 4 hours later, she was booking clients off of it. So it's very exciting for the brand, for her brand, for my brand. So super excited about that. And yeah, that was kind of easy. I don't like to talk about what I'm doing.
Big things popping.
So while that's happening, also guys, I'm baking now. I'm baking. I know. I don't know why I went there. I'm baking. If you want something baked, let me know. I'm actually doing some Valentine's Day things. No, it's not cupcakes. No, it's not cakes. Everybody's doing that. Not to knock them. You don't need another option in the sea of 1,000. So for Valentine's, we're doing some brownie cakes. So these are brownies baked in the shape of a heart. We've got a little caramel drizzle on them. And we also have little personal cake, so about that big for your Galentine's. If you don't got the Valentine's for the big 10-inch, you got the Galentine's.
You know, I thought about it though.
Yes.
That could be the Galentine or the Valentine. You gotta remember it's COVID.
That's right.
So if me and hubby just in the house together, boom.
If you're, we don't
need a whole big cake. We're not sharing with the kids. We don't know them.
You don't need a whole big cake.
They're not our Valentine.
Mm-hmm. So if you want one of those, you can hit me up. Important note on that is these are all available keto ready and prepared. So I do say I eat keto, but I am a sweets person. Everybody say, oh, I don't like sugar. No, I like my sugar and I prefer it in cake forms. So everything I will be making is available keto as well.
Also, everything. Wait.
I will only create foods that I can also recreate keto for you.
Got you. So, but I can get it non-keto.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Just
yes, you can get it. I don't want to say basic, but regular brownie, or you can get the keto brownie.
Did you know about the what's it called? Buttercream icing? That's what I'm excited about.
The buttercream icing.
That's all I want. Buttercream icing. I'm a kid. I like buttercream.
Yes, they will have some piping decor, and I'll post pictures once I finish decorating the ones that hopefully
tomorrow.
These children didn't eat while we were recording this podcast.
She'll have them posted tomorrow.
They'll have them posted tomorrow or tonight, you know.
Oh, okay.
There's still time in today, right?
Oh, look, Wes is back.
And
you
bent it, Wes. What happened to my straw, Wes?
It was bent before you. That's American Hero, y'all. That's American Hero.
Oh, wow. Okay, thank you, Wes.
Oh Lord, y'all should have never let me come and record live with Stephanie.
This was great.
For the record.
This was, this was new. This was different. If people pay attention to our IG, pay attention. We want the differences that occurred today.
That I'm not in the house getting ready 2 minutes beforehand.
Don't give it away.
Oh, I remember they watched it.
Yeah, but they're supposed to figure it out. How can I give a prize if you gave them all the answers?
I'm giving y'all the cheat sheet.
They could have been like, Stephanie got dressed.
You always get dressed, and you always beat your face. It's me that jumps on the screen any kind of way. Because I'm locking the kids out the house and hubby's just getting home.
It could be. We didn't get no children in the background this time.
I heard.
All right. There goes that. Where are we at? 8:20? Yeah, I guess we're going to keep in school in session for next time. But Wednesday, just going to verify with the good doctor and see if she will be able to join us for a mental health talk this coming Wednesday. If not, we will update you with what the conversation will be. So please check our social media pages. You can find us on Facebook. You can find us on Instagram, and you can also find us on YouTube. You're joining us on Facebook tonight. Thank you. We appreciate you being here. You're joining us on YouTube. Thank you. We appreciate you being there too.
Make sure you share with a friend. That's the problem with our community. We don't share enough. So watch this. Share it with someone and tell them what you enjoyed about it. You probably didn't enjoy it all because we have been rambling a little bit, but that's because
even if you hated it. Okay.
They didn't hate it.
They didn't hate it.
How can you hate us? You didn't hate it.
Even if this wasn't your favorite episode, go ahead and share it. If y'all just want to laugh at us because I look like, for whatever reason, I feel like I look like I'm sitting in a diaper tonight. I don't know why. I don't know because these pants were giving me such life today.
Let me tell you something. Stephanie is wearing 2 sizes down. Thanks to that good old keto. Don't y'all let her play, y'all. Let me tell y'all, Stephanie's getting it in.
I got into these pants today, guys, and I don't know what to do with myself.
2 sizes down, y'all.
I've been in this size.
2 sizes down.
In a good minute. These bad boys fit real nice.
So again, y'all just stay tuned. We have more coming for you. I know that sometimes it seems like on these Friday episodes we're quote unquote rambling, but it really is just our time to like let loose, and we want to let loose with you guys. We understand that. Look, outside of COVID, being a mother, being a woman is overwhelming. Inside of COVID, that thing is too much. So this really is just our time to let loose, and we want you to do the same. So that's why we appreciate and thank you all for the encouragement and the interaction. And again, like it might not always be quote unquote on topic, but it really is just about the Friday episodes are really just the time for us to talk about kind of hot topics, what's fresh on our mind, and get your input. Wednesday is those who've been watching our Wednesday episodes. If you haven't, y'all look, we done got it together now. Wednesdays is when we get real professional. That's when we get our professional bag.
That's right.
And we talk about specific topics. So if you're more interested in a structured conversation, tune in Wednesdays.
If you can't join us live, because we do Wednesdays at 1 p.m., they're always every live, even this one today, is recorded. So you can always go back and catch it later.
Correct. So Friday is really just about us having that time to connect with you all, as you know, with both of our brands. So with SEM Design, it's about helping you to rebrand your design, your website, your social media. Shout out to Steph. And, Modern Mama is really about connecting you to resources to make your life easier. So both networking, all of that. So really the services and the offerings that we bring to you is we want to make your life easier.
Yeah.
Whether you're a mompreneur or you're just a mom in real life like we are. We understand that this thing here called motherhood is not easy. So that's what Fridays is about. Fridays is about just letting loose, relaxing. Like, you don't need to sit here and stare at the screen. Put it on the background, do what you got to do, and, get your little kiki on. Whereas Wednesday is more structured. It's about a specific topic. And again, if there's a topic that we have not discussed and you like to see, we'd love to hear that feedback as well, because that's what we're here for. I think me and Stephanie both have a passion for helping people in our different ways. Stephanie's is more tangible, but I enjoy connecting people. That's more of what I do. Connecting, making the networking, like she said, connecting her to Deja, connecting you all to different resources, where Stephanie has a more tangible resource to give you guys. So, but seriously, we appreciate you all from the bottom of our hearts for tuning in. We know you could be anywhere else on Friday, but you chose to be here with us. So tune in. We have some really exciting things coming up.
We do.
The next week. So you'll see some highlights on our stories. So
yeah, make sure you have your notifications on for DTM and then some. Especially this coming week, going into next weekend, Valentine's Day.
That's my birthday, y'all. Oh, hold on, guys, shout out. Shanae, who's in our comments, her birthday is February 13th. She's a fellow Aquarius. Happy birthday, Shanae. We love you, boo. And then my daddy, he is February 15th, the day afterwards. Yes. So happy birthday, Daddy. I love you. I love my February babies. I promise you I do. I'm real biased. I love all y'all, but I'm biased.
We don't like cold, but we do love the February babies.
Y'all saw my post. I'm not feeling this snow. I'm not feeling this cold. I'm out today, tomorrow, and after that, I'm hibernating again. When I say I have not stepped foot out of my house since it started snowing. What was that? I think I went out last Saturday. I went out last. I don't know.
Sunday. It started Sunday. You're right.
It started Sunday, but I don't even know if I went out Saturday. I think I went out Friday.
I mean, it was cold Saturday. So maybe.
Well, it's been cold. My house has been freezing.
I know.
I finally figured it out though. I had up to 72 on the main level because I don't do cold.
I mean, I just knocked my down to 76.
Oh, yeah. I've been struggling for whatever reason. My house doesn't want to heat the main level. It only wants to heat upstairs.
Which is strange. Well, how cold is the basement? You're not in the basement.
No, I'm be down there.
Oh, so it's probably cold enough. So that's
it's not too cold downstairs though, because you're not gonna check on my papa. I make sure he's okay.
Yeah.
Then when he goes outside, he comes in, he's shivering. Yeah. So I have to hold him for a while, and then he goes back.
He got cold.
He don't like clothes, bro. He try to bite me when I put clothes on. I got Christmas. That's about it.
No.
But yeah. So for whatever reason, my house, the main level, the bottom has been okay. The main level has been cold as hell, and then upstairs has been pretty warm. But this past week, I've been able to get it to a 70. And I think it's because we were all avoiding the main level because it was so cold. So I intentionally went down there and brought my heat with me. So I had my heating pad, my blow dryer, my portable heater.
We're gonna have to talk about your fire hazards at some point. I mean, Brittany. The people, it is a no judgment zone, and because of that, that's why we're gonna talk about it. Man, I really wish they could see that whole side of the room as you talk about that. It's a whole shrine to I don't know why we're called. Oh, I remember why. To Wes's alter ego as Firefighter Pat. So I know.
So we thank you all for joining us this evening. Again, tune in Wednesday for yet another episode of Doing the Most and Then Some. Again, we really appreciate you guys and your viewership. If you have any feedback, if you're like, y'all gotta cut this, it's a hot mess, let us know. And if you're like, no, but this is great, y'all gotta do more of that, let us know. We really enjoy the movie reviews, so if you have any recommendations, let us know. And again, like just thank you. Like I said, we got a lot going on. I promise y'all, work is kicking behind.
So, you guys let us know because this is what I'm thinking for our next movie review. Is now I can't think of the name. Malcolm and whatever. Zendaya.
Oh yeah, it just
that
dropped.
comes out on the 15th.
No, it's out now.
It's out now.
Yeah,
I thought it didn't come out till like actual Valentine's Day. Like maybe it was the 12th.
I just saw something that said it was out now. It's the Zendaya and Malcolm movie, and
we keep saying that Malcolm is the name of the character. What's it? It's like David Washington. I think it's the other actor.
You know whose child he is, right? That's
He's Denzel Washington's son. Yeah.
Y'all know Denzel's a beast.
He sounds just like him. Like it's really weird to me.
But you know he lied for a long time.
Yeah.
He wouldn't tell people. It's called Malcolm and Marie. That's what it's called. A funny story. When I went to Clark Atlanta University, I went to Morehouse's homecoming, and Denzel was in the stands, and I was like, I'm geeking, y'all. And they were like, you can't say nothing to him. He comes every year, or he comes most years.
Did he go to
I think one of his kids did or something. Okay. They were like, but you can't say anything to him. And they were like, because he just wants to be treated normal. And so I just sat there like straight fanning out for like at least 10 minutes.
Just
like y'all, that is the Denzel Washington. Like that was the one thing about Atlanta that I missed. Like celebrities were there, and it was like everybody tell you to tone it down. It's like, yeah, like that's not a celebrity. That's Denzel Washington. And then the year I was there, ironically, Kanye performed for Homecoming.
Oh wow!
It was Kanye and Foxworth Bentley
yeah.
opened for him. But you know, I was already on.
What did he do? What did Foxworth possibly?
He did a little umbrella.
He just danced with his umbrella.
He did. He had I think he had like one song. He had the crowd going. So yeah, that was before Kanye made it big, and I was already a Kanye.
Black culture there, his moment.
No, he's really pro-black man. You had to go follow him.
I bet he is.
Thank you guys for joining us. This was amazing.
Bye.